Hi, Simon McGrath at Classic Cars and Coffee, University of Western Australia. Welcome to part 1 in this series. This is Roger's car. It's a 1934 Phantom 2, is that correct?
Phantom 2, that's correct.
Tell me about its history, because it looks incredibly original.
Well, it is. This is the original body that was built on the chassis, and it's still got the original paint, engine, everything about it, including the interior. It's now 85 years old.
85? That's incredible. How old are you? Extraordinary.
Yeah.
Roger, this has is it a straight 6?
Straight 6, yeah.
So how many litres is that?
It's about 6.7.
That'll do it. 6.7 litres.
Yeah.
1934.
Yeah.
Let's open the door and get the camera to have a look inside of the upholstery, because that's original as well. That's that beautiful. So it's sort of like a moorland green velvet and carpet, isn't it?
That's all brown.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all brown. Yeah.
Gorgeous. And you found this car where, Roger?
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
It was in a private museum in Saginaw, Michigan, USA.
Yeah.
And I got to hear about it, approached the guy. He was a General Motors dealer at that time.
Right.
As part of his private collection.
Fantastic. And then you imported the car into Australia.
Yes, that's right.
It's in such original condition. So have you done a mechanical restoration on it all, or just...
The only thing I've done mechanically is put new pistons in it about 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. You may not know this, but Roger Fry is famous for building special-bodied cars in Western Australia, up in there. You're in Rolly Stone, is it?
Rolly Stone.
Rolly
yes.
Stone.
That's right.
And he's built, how many handcrafted cars have you built now?
We've rebodied about 58 cars now, as well as restoration to other vehicles as well.
Yes.
But, you know, we're getting towards the end of my run, I would think, now.
Oh, I wouldn't hear of it. That's not the case. Well, thank you very much, Roger. It's been really great to look at your Phantom 2 and also talk to yourself about building cars up in the hills of Western Australia. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Classic Cars and Coffee. This is a BMW M Coupe, and I've owned one of these. They are a sensational little car, but there's a terrific backstory with this car. Now, BMW produce, I think, arguably the world's best straight six-cylinder engine in the S52 and S54, the motor which goes into the BMW M3. Anyway, the backroom boys, the engineers at BMW, decided they wanted to show the potential for the S52 and S54 engine, and that motor won the best engine in the world years in a row, an international award. Anyway, so the engineers in the back room, without BMW actually knowing, got a BMW Z3, which was a roadster originally, and they shoehorned in the big 6-cylinder engine from the M3 and and a lot of other components from the M3, but they wanted to demonstrate what a great engine this was, and the way they did that, they added torsional rigidity to the chassis by making this unusual sort of bread van body for the car. Now, previously, when you have a roadster, roadsters have a lesser interior torsional rigidity, because if you get it, like you take the lid off a shoebox, you can twist that shoebox. Now you put the lid back on that shoebox and it all of a sudden gains torsional rigidity. So this is the story here of this car. They got the best engine and the best bits they had at the time with the M3, and they put them into a very unusual car. Then they told the bean counters and the upper management of BMW they'd done this, and they were very impressed at the time. I'm sure there were slaps on the wrist, but they let them make this. They were made in very small numbers. Only a few came into Australia. A lot of cars around that come into Australia via Japan. To drive, a very, very exciting car. They only came in 5 speeds, Later, I've also had a Z4 M Coupe, which is also an amazing car. That has more of the components from the M3, the later model. BMW M Coupe, fabulous car, really ugly, beautiful sort of look to it. I love the way that your back end's got these big pumped out guards. The front end's not quite so harmonious, but it's still a great looking car. But most interestingly, a really unique car. It looks like nothing else. That's it, Simon McGrath, Classic Cars and Coffee, University of Western Australia. Thank you.